Hey, what's up? I'm gonna do a 5x5 warm up, then I'll start on 3x3. Yeah, this is the Alstrong V6 single track. It's the cheapest version, and I'm good. I'm good. Do you have any new PRs on 3x3 or anything like that? Hmm. Just big cubes and Megaminx. Okay, that's nice. That was very bad. That was 155. Okay, now let's move to 3x3. So I've been practicing 4x4 a lot. I think yesterday I was live on 4x4. I was doing solving 4x4 on live, and I broke a few PR averages, no singles yet. So that was nice. What's your favorite big cube? Mine is 4x4 and 5x5. Preferably 5x5 because you don't have to deal with like the many parities and stuff. Oh yeah, you couldn't make yesterday's stream. That's fine. That's fine. Actually, let me open the stream on my laptop so I can actually read your messages more clearly. Probably 5x5 too. Do you use Redux on 5x5 or YAO? And hello, Damian Wexler. Do you use Redux on 5x5 or YAO? Everyone says YAO is faster, but I prefer Redux. Whenever I try and solve YAO on 5x5, I get really slow times. 1528. That was really bad. Hey Freddie, what's up? I think this is my first time seeing Freddie on my stream. Freddie and Damien, where are you guys watching from? Opinion Yao is better on 5x5 right now. I'm still sticking with Redux though. How many seconds did I solve the 5x5 in? 1 minute 55 seconds. I know that's really slow. Yeah, where are you watching from? Yeah. $12.1. That was bad. But this is my first 3x3 solve of today. So hopefully I get better. $10.8. You're watching from the UK. Okay, you're watching from Germany. Okay, cool. 11.1. How am I doing it so fast? Practice. $12.1. Need to find a way to stabilize my averages. Yeah, practice makes perfect. Intentional practice. $11.4. Okay, you're also from the UK. You're also watching from the UK too. Okay, that's cool. How did you guys find this stream? Are you guys subbed or are you guys interested in cubes and the YouTube recommend this to you? Very fast Y perm, nasty F12. You can only do it by removing the stickers. Well, but this cube doesn't have any stickers. That means you have to disassemble it and rearrange it back together. Suluku, you never managed to do that once. It's pretty easy. Solving is easy. Getting fast while solving is the hard part. $14 seconds. You haven't really been keeping up with 3x3 releases, so you don't know which cube to get. I would advise you to get Moyu RS3 V5. They're relatively cheap, or the Moyu WRM V10. They are cheap, customizable. They are cheap and customizable, so that's what I'll get. $11.00. Your main is quite old. What's your main? Are you using like a Valk 3M or a GAN 356X or Moyu GTS 2M? Okay, this should be a nice solution. This is a bad solution. I ruined it. 12.8. Could have been a 9.8. The Hudong. Never heard of that brand before. What cube are you using by Hudong, and when did it come out? $13.7. It was released a few years ago, but it's not up to today's standard. Does he have magnets? Does he have magnets? Does he have adjustable magnets? Does he have tensioning and stuff like that? What am I looking for when I start doing the cube? I'm looking for a white or a yellow cross, and hopefully my first F12 pair. It was made by Fangxing. Okay, never heard of that guy. In the cubing community, never heard of him. I know Mr. Moyu. I know there's this Mr. Moyu, Mr. Gan, Caleb Chen, but I've never heard of Fangxing. Ah, 11.6. Could have been 9.6. Yeah, it's all that it's quite outdated. Okay, okay. $10.8. It's lacking certain features, like the features I mentioned, or even other features that it's lacking. $12.2. Do you always get the white side done first, or it doesn't matter? I usually get white or yellow done first. $9.1. That was quick. The ball core and things like that. Okay, okay, okay. $12.7. My sub 10. Thank you. I wish I was more consistent with my sub 10s. $11.1 again. $11.3 plus 2. But I'm not going to count that. Hey, it's Amiseguyu. What's up? You still haven't gotten the cubes you ordered, I'm guessing. 11.1 again. How many 11.1s will I get? I want to get 9.1 instead. You'll be back. You want to do something? Okay. I don't know how to keep. Are you leaving or are you saying hello? That could have been a sub 10, 11.3. Maybe I should start looking at the timer when I'm solving. It's kind of distracting. $14.0. $11.1 again. Hey, Wisdom, what's up? Oh, it's fine. It's fine. $10.7. I'm not counting the plus 2 because I don't want to. This is hard. $10.69. So that was a hard cross, but I made it easier. Yeah, I'm good too. I'm good. Just decided to stream for a bit. $11.8. Bad. Wisdom, do you have any new 3x3 PR averages or something like that? Bad. 12.4. $12.1. Sub 8. I got a sub 8C. 7.98. Don't worry, I'm not ending the stream right now. I can't believe I got a sub 8 that quickly though. Thanks, Wisdom, thanks. Let's see what happens on this solve. $10.33, almost a sub 10. What happened on this solve? $10.18, almost a sub 10 again. $10.3 again, almost a sub 10. $11.8 with NPerm. $13.0. $11.1. Ah. $15.53. $9.6. $10.0. Messed up. 12.2. What method do I use? I use CFOP, pure CFOP. And I know a few ZBLL algs, like I did one yesterday on live stream. $10.43. Welcome back. $9.9. Meta. So I know CFOP, I know Rue, I know ZZ, I know Petrus, and I know Meta. Like I've heard of them, but like I don't know how to implement those other methods besides CFOP. That's what I mean. How do you solve the cube using the Meta method? Hmm. $11.9. You do a 2x2, you do a 2x3 block, then what happens? $14.69. $12.32. Then you do the middle layer like F12 without the white face, and then you orient the corners. That sounds stressful. Is it optimal? What's the move count? Who is the fastest Meta user? Or is it just for fun? $9.0. Low algorithms, but it's not as efficient as CFOP, Rue, and ZZ. Okay. 12.1. 10.5. Hmm. $13.1. What's my highest TPS in the solve? Oh, I don't know because I never count my moves. The only way I can know my TPS is if I get a smart cube and I start solving really fast on the smart cube. A lot of the time, I don't even remember my solutions. $9.9 again. Oh, the meta method is kind of new. Okay. 10.44. What's your fastest TPS? Wisdom? What's your fastest TPS? Or ET you don't know? Yep, this solve is dead. Ruined it. How do you record TPS? TPS is just the number of turns you do in a solve divided by the time it takes you. And you can record your TPS by doing a breakdown of the solve you did, provided that you remember the solution, and that's divided by the time it took you to get that solve. This should be a good solve. $9.9 again. $14.04. I tried something in that previous solve and it didn't work. $9.35. Yeah, just your move count divided by the time it took. $13.1. Ew. Okay, I've seen my first two F12 pairs. Let's see if I can preserve them. Let's see. Yep, preserve them. 10.9. Since I average like 11 seconds, I'll say my TPS is like 5 to 6 turns per second. I didn't forget about cross plus one training. I've just been too busy. And I messed up my PLO, could have been a sub 10. Moving to the next solve. Yeah, wrong PLO. $10.46. Cross plus one training is basically practicing X crosses. That means you solve the cross on your first F12 pair at the same time. $12.16. Wait, what's your average? Before you start thinking about X crosses, what's your average? $10.0. You say your average TPS is 6.3. 60 divided by 9.999. Okay, that's nice. You average 50 seconds. Then you shouldn't worry about cross plus one. Just worry about regular cross for now. $10.85 plus 2, not counting that. $12.3. Why do I hit the timer hard? I think I only hit the timer hard if I know I'm going to get like a sub 10 or something. Other than I hit it hard. But aside from that, I hit it very gently most of the time. Why do I keep on failing this scramble? That was a nice COLL. Okay, finally got the scramble. What do we have? Again, 13.6. Very hard cross. $11.9. The reason I'm not even using my POV, my head strap today is because a part of it is broken, so I need to fix it. So I won't be able to give you a proper walkthrough. $10.9. Yeah. $10.3. $13.0. Batman. Do you guys think Batman could solve a Rubik's Cube without prep time? $13.1. The anxiety, when you're almost done with the cube and you're getting yourself 10. $12.95. His IQ is pretty high. His IQ is pretty questionable, so he might. Okay. You don't know you're a Marvel fan. To be honest, I'm not really into the whole DC Marvel wars anymore. I just like watching both of them now. I'm not going to be arguing whose fictional character is stronger than who and why. Messed up the end perm. But my favorite DC character is Supergirl and Flash. Favorite Marvel character is Spider-Man and Iron Man. What can we do here? $11.7. Who's your favorite Marvel character? And who's your favorite DC character? $11.7. Deadpool or Spider-Man and Iron Man. Cool. One thing that made me appreciate Spider-Man more as a character was the Spider-Man games by Insomniac. Messed up again. 13.0. Spider-Man for Marvel, Flash for DC. Okay. Okay, now let me ask a different question because we all have similar answers. I don't like that. Who is your favorite Marvel and DC villain? I'll go first. My favorite Marvel villain is Ultron. My favorite DC villain is probably General Zod from the 2013 Man of Steel movie, though. Fumbled the sub 10. Your favorite Marvel villain has to be Doom. Okay. What about DC? Again. Green Goblin from Marvel. Okay, solid choice. You're something of a scientist yourself. $11.4. $9.4. What was that last PLO? So the last PLO I did was a V perm. For this, it has to be dark side. The last PLO I did was a V perm, but if it's a PLO before the last PLO, then I don't know. I'm just flying through the souls, man. You've only watched a few of the Marvel movies, so you might not know. But okay, fair enough. I watched everything. I've watched all the Hello Alang. I've watched all the MCU movies. Leading up to Avengers Endgame. Then post Endgame, I watched Thor: Love and Thunder. I watched Loki. I watched What If. I watched Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier season 1. I watched WandaVision season 1, and Spider-Man. What's the most recent Spider-Man one? So you have Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way. Okay, yeah, I've watched No Way Home as well, and Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness. Those are the most recent MCU movies I've watched. So season 2 of all those Marvel shows, I haven't watched them. Agatha Harkness and Co. I haven't watched them. Season 2 of What If and season 3 of What If, I haven't watched it. Moon Knight, haven't watched it. Morbius, haven't watched it. Hawkeye, I haven't watched. The Black Widow movie, I've not watched it as well. There's this Captain Marvel movie that came out last year. I think it's called The Marvels or something like that. I've not watched it. Oh, I've also watched Eternals. I like Eternals. Uh, what else haven't I watched? The latest Fantastic Four movie. I've not yet watched it. Next Spider-Man movie is Home Alone, and no one remembers him. Yeah, because like Doctor Strange did the spell thing, and no one remembers him and stuff like that. I wonder how that will go. But to be honest, I'm looking forward to the next Spider-Verse movie more than the next live action Spider-Man movie. To be honest. Ah. messed up my F12, and that has ruined everything. Beyond the Spider-Verse. Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that. I heard that Iron Man, no, not Iron Man. I heard that Robert Downey Jr. is making his way back into the MCU as Doctor Doom. 11.39. You might give them a try sometime. Okay, okay. What about this guy? This guy that showed up in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. What's his name again? Kang the Conqueror. What's happened to him? Okay, because he was marketed as the next world-ending threat. $12.9. Very bad. What about this guy from Eternal, Galactus, the one that was threatening to swallow everywhere? Are we even getting an Eternal sequel? I would like an Eternal sequel. And also a Shang-Chi sequel as well. Messed up the F12. Messed up the PLO, so I had to do another PLO. Who knows? Only I'm guessing just the directors and the producers and stuff. Lock up. 10.73. As for DC, I was really looking forward to Zack Snyder's universe. I wanted to see what will come after Justice League, the Snyder's Cut, with the whole Darkseid arc and stuff like that. And this guy, Green Martian Manhunter, I wanted to see how Dark Snyder will warp into the storyline, as well as the Lanterns and co. So, but since Snyder's universe is gone, we have to look forward to James Gunn's universe. I've not yet watched the latest Superman movie. I've not yet watched the latest Batman movie. That one that came out 4 years ago in 2022. I've watched the latest Flash movie, the one that had General Zod and Supergirl inside it, so that's nice. Then I've watched all the seasons of Arrow. I'm almost done watching all the seasons of Flash, and I've watched about 5 or 6 seasons of Supergirl. I also finished those. And finally, it is 11. You're about to break your PR, then you forgot the PLO out and went straight into Tulu. And up to date with the DC movies. Yeah, I mean, not many are out. As far as I'm concerned, only the Superman one is out, the Batman one, and I think there are plans for a new Flash movie. I don't know. We'll see what James Gunn and Warner Brothers decide. $13.3, very bad. Well, at least this year, in terms of superhero content, we are guaranteed to get The Boys season 4, and Invincible. Did I say The Boys season 4? The Boys season 5, and Invincible. Top 10, full step. If you guys watch Invincible or The Boys, who are your favorite characters? Good solve. Thank you. Hmm. Yeah, I've heard of both, but you've watched neither. Oh, well, since you've not watched any, you're in luck because you have 4 seasons of The Boys, you have 3 seasons of Invincible, and you have 2 seasons of Gen V. That reminds me, I need to watch season 2 of Gen V. So you have tons of superhero content to just start consuming. I hate that algorithm, GC perm. So annoying. Every time I do it, I feel like I'm going to break my cube. $12.3. $11.3 plus 2. GC can be okay, depends on the alg we use. So I have 2 algs for GC. Let me show you one. So this is GC, right? So I can do it from the back like this. And the other alg is from the front. That's this one. But I lock up a lot on whenever I do the front alg. And it costs me. $11.6. Your record is 27 seconds, and that's because you do F12 in 20 seconds. Don't worry, you'll improve as the more you solve because you understand where pieces are moving and where they're meant to be after you've executed certain moves. It's the inverse for me. That regroup at the back has high variance. I see. I ruined this solve. I'm skipping it. Let's see if I can lock in and find the rhythm. $11.4. What's my record? 5.92. But my average is like 10.8, 10.5. It depends on the. It depends really. 11.1. Hello BDJ NSJ V1W. How come so many people have all these weird names? Are they bots or what? Oh, the cross is messed up. Never mind. Mhm. Okay, I did GC from the front and I did not lock up. So that's nice. Ah, 15.7. Locked up on the R perm. Sub 10, sub 11 fail. $10.82. $12.7. Just knew that solve was bad. Not going anywhere. $11.9 plus 2. It's always already bad. No need to make it worse. Favorite PLL. Favorite PLL, NB, T, JB, NBT, JB, U, A, and AB. Also H. Fun fact, down solving improves CPS contextually. Okay. Why do you say so? 11.53. I lost myself in the middle of this algorithm. Instead of spamming TPS and PLL, you go through all of the steps of it. So spamming the TPS. $11.5. I think I only spam TPS based on where I'm at. Like this, the turning I'll use for the turning speed I'll use for F12 isn't the same as the turning speed I'll use for OLL and PLL. What's wrong with JPerm? It flows so well, especially the B version. $10.5. Your favorites are T and GB. Let me see what my GB looks like. Oh, my GB sucks, so I don't like it. $10.67. Quick H-Perm, 9.6. The F move can be lucky at times, especially if you do it regroupless. The F move into T flows better. Okay, fair enough. Let me just rewatch my nice H-Perm on stream before I get back to the stream. For some reason, I also like NB perm, even though it's long, but whenever I execute it flawlessly, I just love it. $9.6 again. This time a JA. 13.2. Messed up my F12 and that ruined the flow. $12.61. I need to change my GB perm. That thing slows me down a lot. $12.75, and I'm back to my 12 zone. $9.55 HPM with the clutch again. Z perm 11.49, not so clutch. $11.1, failed on my V perm. $9.3 with a GB. That means the F12 was good. H is overrated. My fastest HPM was 0.79 seconds. And this was me just warming up with HPM and stuff. Why do you say it's overrated? It's very it's well rated in my opinion. I'm done with this solve, just ruined everything. That was I think GA 10.7. M moves are far less consistent, especially double moves with H. I think H prime is one algorithm that I hardly ever fumble the M slices on. Compared to like Z perm and some certain oils that I use M slices on, I hardly fumble my M slices on H. See, now if I go an H perm there, or I'll go to a 9.5, I go a GB, I go a 10.4. 11.74. You don't fumble them in souls, but always in time attacks. I hardly do time attacks. So when I saw your video the other day, I went and did my own PLL time attack, and it was very, very bad. It was like 35, 30. I did 35 seconds, then my best was like 32. And I just left it. $14.44. $12.0. So for context, right now my average of 50 is 11.56 and my average of 100 is 11.49. I'm like half a second slower than what I usually average. How could you forget the RUU perms? Yeah, I like UA and UB as well. They're great. $10.53. Once again, cut off by the GB perm. $13.0 because I messed up my F12. That was A, and I messed it up. This should be interesting. Nah, I'm not doing this. $11.7. There should be something I can preserve, please. $11.52. Fumbled the A perm, but still got a sub 10. What are your thoughts on Abraham Wisdom? Yellow skip. You like Abraham, but one lockup and it's over. Yeah. Why do I keep on messing up the crosses on these good scrambles? Ah. $10.96. So I just did T-perm, but from the left side, and that saved me. Because if I was to do my YouTube flick and do it from the right side, I feel as if I would have gotten a sub 12 instead. It's a bad solve. Can't even hold the cube properly anymore. Another T-perm, but I did it from the right side this time and secured a comfortable sub 10. Oh, you're left-handed, so you do your T-perm from the left. Okay, I'm right-handed, so there's some algs I just use my left hand for if I don't want to rotate. You might make a left-handed time attack PLO for funsies. Okay, do that. I'll be eager to see how it compares to your normal time attack that is not inverted and stuff. Yeah, messed up. Skipping. Even with the mess up, it was still sub 15. That's how you know it was a good solve. Oh, easy cross plus 2 pairs. Okay, let's see what we can preserve. No, lock up. Skipping. That was a good solve. Okay, let's go again. A prime with +2, so I'll count. This was a good solve, so I'm not going to count the +2. $13.2. Wisdom, do you do 4x4? What's your 4x4 PB/average? Would you recommend you train cross +2 or spam more efficient cross +1? I don't know. I think you're better than me in 3x3. It's me that should be asking you questions. I just train for cross and hope that I can track my first pay after I'm done my cross. The only time I do cross +1 is if I'm sure it's an easy scramble. $10.5. You're bad at 4x4. No, it doesn't matter. I'm bad at 5x5. What's your 4x4 average? Oh, I messed up my J-perm. I hardly mess up J-perm. I just messed this one up. That should have been a sub 9. $9.8. Hello, Lila Sako. What's up? What brought you to my stream? Do you like cubes? $12.68. This is a confusing one. See, you're even better than me on 4x4. I average 52 on 4x4, and my PB is 38. Maybe after this 3x3, I'll solve some 4x4. You can show me tips on where I can improve on centers and edges and stuff like that. You do 5 and 6. $9.82. What's your PB and average on 5? 11.29. No 6 and 7 because they're expensive. Okay. Oh, okay. So I'm slightly better than you on 5 by 5. Average 1 minute 44 on 5 by 5. My PB single is 1 minute 25. But I use Redux on 5 by 5, not Yao. So I don't know if you use Redux as well, because I'm looking for Redux tips. I use Yao on 4 by 4. I tried to get faster with Redux on 4 by 4, but after some time, my Yao times were just so much better. So I just left it. But I've tried Yao on 5, and my Redux times are still superior to my Yao times. My Yao times on 5 by 5 are like 2 minutes. Like 3 minutes. Sub 9, 888. And that was a T perm. Hey Zach Party, what's up? Okay, there's something to preserve here. So on 3 by 3, I averaged 10.9 seconds. But today I'm having a bad day. So I'm not averaging 10.9, I'm averaging 11.4. .4 again. What do you average, Zach? My best time on 3 by 3, 5.9 seconds. .15 just now. Do you do 6 and 7? I have a 6, I know how to solve it, but I don't practice it. I only solve it if someone comes and scrambles it for me. But I don't speed solve 6, and I don't have a 7. Do I know Pyraminx? I've only solved the Pyraminx virtually. I don't have an actual physical Pyraminx. This is one of those interesting courses. That's what I do. Messed up. Yep, messed up. Let me try your down solving, and let me try the other cross. Yep, the other cross was way better. But I won't have seen that in inspection. I should really work on my inspection. How many subs do I have? 140 subscribers. $10.4. I did U-turn from the back. Wisdom, did you see that? And do you use that algorithm as well? 500 soon. Thanks for the optimism. I have to do the lefty T-perm again, and that one was very fast. 10.5. Thank you. What do we do? $11.9, bad. What country am I from? I'm from Nigeria. Okay, I've seen an F12 pair. I've seen another F12 pair. I can probably save the first pair. Don't know about the second pair. $9.6. Oh, you knew it? How did you know? Is it the accent or what? Oh, the accent. Okay. Okay, I'm done with 3x3 for today. Time for 4x4, which will be very long and boring and stressful because I am not good at 4x4. My current average of 12 on 4x4, 50.4. Current average of 100, 52.8. Current average of 1,000, 53.7. Average 53 seconds on 4x4. And I use the Moyu Aosu V7 with a single track. Okay, I've spotted my first center, and that's pretty much all I can spot in 4x4. $55.0. This light is distracting me, so I'm turning it off. Hmm. How much did it cost to buy this 4x4? I think it was like $17, but I bought it like some about 9, 10 months ago, probably. Okay, I am ready for this. Okay, that was kind of fast for me. Do I play mobile games? Yeah, for 7.96. I I play mobile. Well, I don't play as much as I used to. Back when I used to play mobile games, I used to play Asphalt 6, 7, 8, Despicable Me, Minion Rush, Ice Age Village, Jurassic World, the game, Real Racing 3. I still play Real Racing 3, by the way, even though EA is shutting down the servers in a few months. GT Racing 2, Angry Birds Go, Angry Birds Star Wars 1, Angry Birds Star Wars 2, Angry Birds Transformers, Angry Birds Rio, Angry Birds 2, Angry Birds, what other Angry Birds games are there? Okay, those are the Angry Birds that interested me anyways. Then I used to play Deer Hunter, Dino Hunter, DLS 17, DLS 18, DLS 19. Mm, is that all I played over the years? Did I play any shooting games? Okay, I played Modern Combat 5. It's by Gameloft. Then the Respawnables, used to play that one as well. Mm, Fruit Ninja, can't forget Fruit Ninja. Temple Run 1, Temple Run 2, Temple Run Brave, Temple Run Oz, Spider-Man Unlimited. Mm, that's all I remember. But I don't play mobile games that much anymore. I mostly play on PS4 these days. Why do you ask? Do I play any sport? Uh, I swim. I play table tennis. Uh, I'm not sure if I'm as fast as I used to be because I don't run anymore. Only if I'm in danger. Okay, centers are done. Let's start looking ahead. Can we finish edging? PLO parity coming. 50.0. That parity ruined everything. What's a sub 8? When you solve the Rubik's Cube in less than 8 seconds. Also, welcome to the stream. And by Rubik's Cube, I mean 3x3. You're not solving 4x4 in less than 8 seconds unless you're a computer. And I got the sub 8, but I didn't end the stream because it was too early. Okay, what do we do here? Found my first center. Okay. No, I'm wasting too much time. Fifty-eight seconds, really bad. Wisdom, do you have any advice on how to improve on 4x4? You just got interested in Wordle lately. I used to play Wordle in 2022, but like I only play it if someone else brings it up. Not like I'll actually play it on my own device. I like if someone else brings it up on your own device, we can spend time guessing the word and stuff. Um, okay. I think I know what I want to do. Do I? No, I don't know what I want to do. Let me go for the safer option. 48.5. You're still winging it yourself. Maybe watching a couple of walkthrough solves. Okay, okay. Because sometimes I'll look at stuff I'm getting a sub 40 and then I just get lost. Especially when I start well. Okay, found my centers very quickly. That means I can look into preserving. Okay, preserve this yellow bar. Mm-mm. $51.9.91. Maybe try planning first two centers. I can only plan first two centers if they're really easy. If they're not easy, I just plan the first center and continue solving from there. Also, it doesn't help that I can only, if I'm using Yao on 4x4, I can only start on white and yellow. So like I'll see an easy red or orange center, but I cannot do anything with it. So that's very annoying sometimes. Okay, these centers were quick. And of course, I get parity. I got parity plus N perm, and I still got a sub 50. That's good for me. Okay, yellow center it is. For 5.5. Learning PLL parity args as one helps a ton. Let me just focus on what actually matters for now, which is centers and edging. First 3 edges, because that's where I lose the most time. When it comes to 3-2-3 edging, I'm fast at it, and I've used it to save myself a lot of time whenever I have a bad start. But when it comes to centers, the first 2 centers and the first 3 edges, that's where I lose a lot of time. $52.8. See, I just went from a 45 to a 52. That time disparity thing always annoys me. This is a bad solve. I've messed up my edges. Yeah, so I did. I'll still finish it though. Let's see if I can save it. Nope, no saving. That'll be nice. That'll be nice. 67.49 seconds. What's 9.2? Okay, after this one, I'll do a 5 by 5 solve, and I'll just call it a night. That was a very bad solve, and I still did 50.6 seconds. Okay, so time for 5 by 5, then call it a night. Hopefully I do well and I can see all my edges in time for 5 by 5. Because as a Redux solver, I don't get the benefit of having a right cross after I'm doing my centers. I still have to look for my edges and stuff. You can learn from my 5 by 5 centers. Okay, yeah, I guess you could learn. I can start on any center on 5 by 5 since I use Redux. So I just start with the center that looks most complete, and then I just progress from there. So on this one, I can see an orange bar here, so that looks most complete. And I see this 2 by 1 bar on this single block here. So let me start. Wanted 3.8. That was really good. Considering my average is 10 seconds faster than that. I'll keep going. That was a really, really good solve. Centers were good. The edges were good too. Did you learn anything from my centers though? Because I'm not sure if you could have learned much besides the first 2 centers. Thank you. Okay, so next one. Okay, we have this yellow 2 by 2 here in the corner. So I'll just preserve it. So So one thing I practice on 5 by 5 is making my centers without looking at them. Making the first 2 centers without looking at them, sorry. That's one thing I started practicing. It saves time and helps with look ahead to like your first pairs and stuff. $1.9. That's more like it, more like my average. So I've done an average of 5, then I'll end the stream. So that was average of 2. Only the first center, the rest was confusing since it wasn't POV. Okay. I did some POV 5 by 5 solves yesterday on stream, but I don't know what portion of the stream I did them on. Or was it 4 by 4 I did? Probably 4 by 4. Okay. What do we have here? Nothing spectacular, really. Okay, let us go with it. Yeah, this is a bad solve. Couldn't find that edge in time. It's going to be a very bad solve. $154.49. The thing that kills me in this 5 by 5, after I'm done with my centers, I start pausing because I'm looking for the edges that I want to do. It seems you can easily be sub 30 with enough practice alone. Ah, thanks for the encouragement. Let's see. What do we have here? Mm, I don't know if this is a bad or a good solve because I'm seeing some stuff very quickly, but the start was awful. Okay, the bad solve. Let's look at the timer. One fifty two 152.89. 152.89. So last one. Let's see what I can do. It okay. I'll start with orange. Centers were great. 156.08. All right. Wisdom, good night. And thanks to everyone that's still watching. And thanks for the likes and new subs as well. Bye.